Jenks heads to Owasso for game 2 on the season. First road game of the season. I'm here with head coach Keith Riggs for Trojan TV. I'm Mason Prince. Coach, watching the film last week, what'd you learn about your team?
Well, a lot of good things really on film. Some self-inflicted mistakes on our part, and we've got to learn to make fewer and fewer of those. You're always going to make some to some degree, but if we can clean those up, I feel really good about our progress.
You talked a little bit about some of the mistakes. Some of those mistakes were penalties that turned up being touchdowns called back. How do you talk to your team? I was talking to Coach Calabrese earlier, and we talked really about kind of a perfect storm of what could have happened, what could have gone wrong. How do you talk to your team and tell them, like, hey, everything that could have happened bad did?
Well, I think it's important for them to understand is every play has the potential to be a difference maker, right?
Yeah.
From the first kickoff on, every play has that potential. So you want to make sure you're at your best each and every play.
Owasso had a tough game against Bixby last week over at Chapman Stadium. Fell by a wide margin. That's not the Owasso team you expect to see on Friday night, though, is it?
Definitely not. They only have, I think, 5 returning starters from last year. So a lot of new faces, first time in that type of environment. So they're a great coaching staff, so they're going to make adjustments, and I think they'll be much better this week.
You know what kind of threat Owasso faces every year, but what does this team in particular challenge your team with the most?
Well, they're very big up front. They've got 2 really big offensive tackles. So I think, for them, they're looking at, coming and trying to do the best they can to push us around up front and get the running game going.
Trojans are going to head up 169 on Friday for a bout with Owasso. We'll see you have the coverage on Trojan TV. For Trojan TV and Coach Riggs, I'm Mason Prince.